And two wildfires have now consumed over 60,000 acres in northern Arizona as firefighters try to stop the flames. And that's where we begin tonight. Nearly 1,000 firefighters are battling two fires near the Grand Canyon. The White Sage Fire and the Dragon Bravo Fire were both sparked by lightning, and they have been quickly growing in the dry and windy conditions near the North Rim. The White Sage Fire is the larger one, burning nearly 53,000 acres so far. It's forced evacuations for all of Jacob Lake and several areas around it and closed a portion of 89A. But arguably, the more destructive fire is the Dragon Bravo Fire. It's burned over 9,000 acres along the north rim of the Grand Canyon. 70 buildings have been destroyed in that blaze, and crews say they're working to protect the remaining structures on the north rim of the Grand Canyon National Park. And one of those buildings that was destroyed was the historic North Rim Lodge. Fox 10's Taylor Wirtz spoke to a woman whose family watched the lodge burn. Taylor, what was her reaction?
Yeah, Ashley, she says that it was a somber affair for them all. She says, though, that for her family, it was just a loss of time and money. For others, it's the loss of their livelihood.
They see it. Oh my goodness.
Leah Sawyer's family got the news of the Dragon Bravo fire raging across the Grand Canyon's North Rim. They worried that their trip hiking to Phantom Ranch might be over before it started.
I was a little concerned.
Before she got on her flight out of Baltimore on July 12th, Sawyer says she called the Backcountry Information Office to see if the fire would be a concern.
The office said it wasn't going to be something to worry about and they were having it under control.
But before they could leave the lodge and make their way into the canyon, someone with the National Park Service stopped them.
National Park Service here. She's like, I'm so sorry to tell you, but they have canceled all camping in the canyon and they've closed every trail.
I won't be hiking the canyon.
While she was able to visit other parts of the canyon, Sawyer says her family was there the night the lodge burned down, shocked by what they saw.
It was almost a feeling of like helplessness because you're sitting there watching the entire place burn to the ground from across a canyon.
While the North Rim is the less visited side of the canyon, Brian Special, host of the Grand Canyon Hiker Dude Show podcast, fears one of the best hikes is at risk with the fire reaching the North Kaibab Trail.
That's one of the three corridor trails along with Bright Angel and South Kaibab that is necessary for the hike that's called Rim to Rim, which is the iconic bucket list hike for so many people, is terrifying. And it's terrifying because what's going to stop this thing?
And here on the Watch Duty website, you can see this white squiggly line right there. That's the North Kaibab Trail that Special was referencing. And according to this right here, it appears that the fire has crossed onto the trail, as he said. So if you're planning to visit the Grand Canyon, it's important to check information from the Grand Canyon National Park's website before you go. This fire is a fluid situation, so all tourists are advised to check for updates frequently. In studio, Taylor Wirtz, Fox 10 News.
All right, Taylor, thank you for that report. Let's hope that that area gets some rain this week. Governor Hobbs and other Arizona lawmakers have called for an investigation into the management of the Dragon Bravo fire. When lightning first sparked the fire, crews let it burn for days to reduce the brush that would fuel the wildfire along the North Rim. Then winds shifted unexpectedly and the flames spread, eventually consuming the historic Grand Canyon Lodge and 70 other structures. The National Park Service is pushing back on the criticism. A Park Service spokesperson tells Fox 10 the choice was a strategy to suppress and contain the Dragon Bravo fire, and the failure was because of historic wind gusts, not human error. They also say the actions of federal wildland firefighters and National Park Service employees saved hundreds of lives.